Well, I'm at Dollywood Splash Country with temperatures getting well into the upper 80s, 90s for the afternoon. I think a lot of people are going to be looking for a place to cool off, and of course Splash Country opening for daily operations. So no matter when you wake up and you want to come out and jump in the watering hole, they have options for all of that, of course, from the wee little ones until the older folks as well. And some new additions this year that we do want to talk about as well. Of course, one of my favorites, the lazy river. You just kind of float around. You don't really have any objective other than just trying to stay cool when you're in the lazy river. Amber Davis is with us from Dollywood Splash Country. And Amber, you guys are open for a new season. It must be exciting when you're able to open and get things started.
Yeah, this is a great time of year. I mean, so much is happening. Schools are letting out. People are looking forward to summer vacation, and we get open Dollywood Splash Country. So we love this time of year, absolutely.
When you start looking at a new season, you're always looking for new and better and bigger things. And you've got a new area this year. I think a lot of folks may actually kind of gravitate towards, whether you have younger kids or folks that maybe just want to sit and relax, not in depth of water.
Absolutely. You know, that's really a brand promise of ours, is that we're always looking to improve. We always want to offer our parks and our properties things for all families to enjoy. And so when we were looking at what the needs are, we really had two groups we really wanted to target for this next improvement. And that was young families, like the tots, the little ones, and then families who have accessibility needs. So we were able to answer both those needs with this space.
And that space is in what was the Little Creek Falls, if I'm not mistaken, and you kind of reimagined all of that.
That's right, Little Creek Falls, you know, and we're going to hear people who are like, oh, why'd you do that? We love that, and we did too, but here's the thing. Little Creek Falls had 18 inches of standing water. If you want standing water, there's places to do that. We really want to remind parents that they have the Cascades, and you have Bear Mountain Fire Tower, you do have the wave pool and Lazy River, so you can go and do those kinds of things, but what we needed was a place that didn't have standing water, so now Little Creek Falls is completely zero depth. So we are so happy that people who are wheelchair users, or people who just, you know, maybe it's a sensory sensitivity or something like that, we have a space now that they can really get acclimated quickly and enjoy.
And speaking of that, you do also have that area for people who maybe need to just get away and take a break from all the noise.
We really try to offer our properties to all families, and we know that some families have a harder time, you know, buying a ticket and coming. It's a commitment, and then what happens if you get into the day and then there's a meltdown, and you know, a lot of families think they have to leave, or you know, you don't want to go to a bathroom to have to try to figure out how to calm down, so and cool down and get resettled. So we have a calming space. We have Dollywood, we've got a calming room. We actually are working on more calming areas at Dollywood. We've got a calming space here at Dollywood Splash Country.
This season you're looking at some new food options as well that you're offering guests, and I'm kind of excited, not quite here yet, but the food truck is on the way.
That's right. You know, dining is a big deal. I understand that. When I take my family out, it's a chance for me not to cook, so I definitely understand that. And you know, with Dollywood, we really have got that reputation for that southern cooking, so we're going to have a mac and cheese food truck.
Ooh.
So yay, different kinds of mac and cheese, so you'll definitely want to check that out. But we've got new opportunities as well. We went to the chefs that we have and said, let's try to play with some things. So we have a new bird dog. So it's not a hot dog, it's a bird dog. So you want to see what that is?
Oh, that kind of piqued my interest. I want to try that out. Maybe we're stopping by the hot dog or the bird dog stand.
So we've got that. But then also a need. Again, we're always looking at what the needs are across our park. And when guests sit down for lunch, they want to have shade. I mean, it's a hot day, you want to be able to have shade, and we try to have as much shade around this park as possible. We have lots of natural shade because we really are nestled into the mountain hollow here at Dollywood Splash Country, but where we don't have that, we want to try to offer it. So we decided this year we're opening up a Big River Pavilion to all guests. It's going to be a place to get some barbecue. So if you want to go get a platter of pulled pork, or if you want a barbecue chicken sandwich, that's a good place to go up there, and you know that you've got guaranteed shade, you know, assuming it's not full. And it's I think a good option for families to remember if they go up to Tailspin Racer to get some barbecue while you're up there.
And new this year, you've got more hydration stations. So yes, you're in the water, but you still have to drink water and stay hydrated. And so there are opportunities without standing in a long line waiting for that glass of ice water. You can refill your water bottle on your own.
We really want guests to know that, hey, we want you to be drinking, and we don't want you to have to stand in line and get it and have to pay for a drink. If you need water, there are places and opportunities to do that. Our friends at Covenant Health always want us to remind people to stay hydrated, because you do tend to forget when you're playing in the water that you actually need to be drinking water, because that's really what keeps you from getting overheated and hydrated, or not overhydrated, not being dehydrated, I guess is what I should say. So we have some new hydration stations, so you can fill your water bottle. If you have your own bottle to fill, you can do that. It's a water fountain too, so if you just want to drink right there, you can do that. And we're trying to make it more accessible for folks who have our refillable mugs, to not have to wait in line to get up and get that refilled. So we're really trying to answer those guest needs, because we want to take care of our guests while they're here.
And of course, you've got plenty of shade across the area, shade structures and shade trees. It's kind of what sets Splash Country apart when you're walking and you see all the natural trees that are native to the Smoky Mountains.
You know, we couldn't have picked a much better spot. It works so well for us being really in the mountains. But I'll say, you know, being our 22nd season, we have those established mature trees, and we always try to work with the surroundings and not just clear everything. You know, we try to build around it, so we've got as many trees next to you as possible. So as you're sliding, you're going to be going in and out of the shade, which I just think is so welcoming in the mountains. And then we do actually have spots around that you can pull up a lounge chair under a tree. And if not, I would say my recommendation is always to arrive early. If you get here at 9:30, you're going to be able to find a spot in the shade. So keep that in mind as you're planning your day, especially if you have little ones. I'd say get here early to guarantee your seat is going to be in the shade.
And of course, don't forget about the retreats that you all have. It comes with a number of dining options and a space for you and your family to just kind of break loose and get away from the crowd and spend time together.
It's really that resort style getaway if you want to elevate your experience, for sure. Anytime we come with like my in-laws, we always get a retreat because it's such a phenomenal experience. I mean, you just feel so well taken care of. You've got, you know, depending on if you go to the luxury, you know, in the deluxe cabanas that we have, our retreats, or if you want to go the regular, they're both very nice. But you can get either kind of like a couch set up, or you could have like a dining table set up. So, but either way, you're going to have the guaranteed shade with a ceiling fan. Back in the days when I had little ones, they're still little, but when they were really little, we would even bring a pack and play. And we could set that up in there, and the grandparents would hang out with them, and the moms and dads would go play and do our thing. So really, it's a great opportunity to know that you're going to have the shade when you need it. You can pick up the phone. That's probably, you were talking about the dining options, probably my favorite part is, hello, I would like to order, and then tell them what you want.
And then it comes to you.
I would like that at 1 o'clock, please, and they bring the food. So there's no like trying to get everyone together and figure out what you want. You sit in the shade, determine what you want, make a phone call, and it shows up. It's fantastic.
And of course, your operations, let's review it one more time. You're open daily, but what are those hours?
We're open at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So make sure you always check our calendar just in case something's going on. But we've got a lot planned for this summer. We have new live music events. So, you know, really tying in Dollywood and trying to bring in the festival a little bit more this year. We've always got something up our sleeve.
And something we should let folks know, when you arrive at Dollywood this year, if you've not been this year, there is a whole new entry experience that has been reimagined throughout the course of, probably been planning for a couple of years on how to do that, but nonetheless, a new experience. And folks coming to Splash Country, you need to stay in the right lane so you're not trying to cross the Dollywood traffic.
Yes. You know, again, we always are looking at what we have and trying to make it better. And so with our parking lot, we really decided, you know what, we don't want guests having to cross traffic ever. We want traffic to be one way, so you're not having to cut against traffic as you're going out. So in that process, we have redone it. I mean, really, if you've been here in the past but not been here this year, it's different. But, you know, we've got signage, and if you just, you know, go in knowing, okay, it's going to look different, you're going to be okay. And yes, if you're going to the water park, make sure you're in the right 2 lanes.
The right 2 lanes for the water park, the left lanes for Dollywood, and then, of course, the folks at the ticket counters will help you see you along the way. The security entrance is also different this year. It's a whole lot easier. You don't really have to, you know, unload the stroller, unload your cart, whatever. You really simply just kind of walk through.
And that's what we hope people realize. It's the little things. I mean, we're spending, you know, months developing things to make our park experience better, and hopefully it's things that you may not even notice. But as you walk through, you'll be like, man, that was easy. So yes, we have a new security screening system that really gives our guests the opportunity just to walk right through. And if we need to stop you and check something, we will. But really, most people don't need to unload their, you know, strollers and diaper bags, because we're able to see with this newer high technology that we have all that we need to see as people come in.
Yeah, I have this cart that I lug all of my equipment in, and it we walked right through. She just kind of said, okay, you're good to go.
Yeah,
So it's really nice to be able to move faster to get through the line and get through the ticket counters. Folks can also buy those tickets online and already have that on their phone when they get here and not have to stand in line, right?
That's something that is, I can't underestimate how important that is, because if you already have that barcode on your phone, you just get to walk on through bypassing that ticket line, and it feels like an amazing experience just being a VIP as you walk by with your pre-purchase ticket.
And if you come more than once, it's better just go ahead and get that season pass, right?
We always want to remind people that it's going to be more cost effective if you go ahead and buy a season pass, because if you're buying 2 one-day tickets, you're going to end up spending more money.
All right, so Dollywood Splash Country now open for daily operation. I'm thinking I'm going to have to ditch the shirt, find some shorts, and head on out to the lazy river. As you know, it's hot today. People are already out in the wave pool, they're on the slides. Everyone's doing what they can to stay hydrated and stay cool on this hot day. It's not even quite summer yet, right? We're in the end of spring rolling into summer. I'm Kyle Granger reporting at Dollywood Splash Country in Pigeon Forge.